Welcome back to NR 320, where we cover the latest topics on everything related to watershed processes and management. Reporting to you live from Morro Bay, we have Alexis Wen, who will be explaining to us what's going on with the eelgrass there. First, let's cover some general information about the Morro Bay watershed. It's roughly 48,000 acres, which flows to the Pacific Ocean via Morro Bay Estuary. It's composed of two major sub-watersheds that drain into Chorro and Los Osos creeks. The watershed is mostly open space and used primarily for agriculture and public uses like parks, golf courses, nature preserves, a military base, and university-owned rangeland with some urban areas closer to the bay. Why are we talking about the watershed when the eelgrass is in the bay? A small problem upstream is the watershed may seem unrelated to a species habitat in the bay, but it could have a profound indirect or cumulative impact. Now, Alexis, tell us about that eelgrass.
Thanks, Allison. In Morro Bay, eelgrass is the dominant plant in the aquatic beds, and it forms a critical element of the Morro Bay ecosystem. Though there has been a catastrophic decline in eelgrass within the bay over the last decade. It's a carefully regulated resource and is an ideal bioindicator of the health of the estuary. This aquatic plant is quickly and significantly influenced by the same stresses that are critical to the bay's broader ecosystem, which are sediment and water quality. So why has eelgrass been declining so rapidly in this specific region? Since sediment and water quality heavily affect the habitat for the plant, causes can be linked upstream in the Morro Bay watershed and the major rivers flowing into the estuary. Morro Bay is suffering from a rapid increase in sedimentation. Historically, there was a great reduction in the amount of eelgrass following the increase in sediment flow from the 1994 fire. It is estimated that 70,000 tons of sediment load is deposited in the bay per year, with about 90% of it being composed of fine particles. Studies have found that supply of sediment from the upstream watershed have a greater presence in controlling the amount of materials delivered to the bay. Excessive sediment loading into the bay is resulting in major changes to the estuarine habitat. Deeper waters that support eelgrass are decreasing due to bottom buildup of sediment. Back to you, Allison.
All right, folks, you just heard it from Alexis. But what does the decline of eelgrass mean for watershed management? There are a couple of actions that have been recently implemented in the Morro Bay watershed. The Morro Bay Watershed Enhancement Project is taking measures to capture sediment along the major creeks, and the Paired Watershed Monitoring Project focuses on reducing erosion. We can synthesize information from the estuary and study key species like eelgrass to better manage upstream sites in the watershed. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time in NR 320.